everyone who's watching. I know we're sort of reaching the end of our hour, but we've just got a couple more questions to go, so we're just going to roll on through. I hope you can stick with us. So our next question is about liquefaction. So Paula would like to know, where will we see liquefaction following an Alpine Fault or Hikurangi quake? So Liam, what work has been done to understand the potential impacts of liquefaction following these big quakes on the Hikurangi and Alpine Fault? Where would we be most likely to see it? And will it be the same as we saw in Christchurch?
Yeah, so we've had earthquakes that we've had records of in both those areas that are going to be affected. So in the 1931 Hawke's Bay event, there was liquefaction observed in that area. There's also a lot of ground movement occurred as well, which has made things a bit interesting, but we would expect in a Hikurangi subduction earthquake there would be liquefaction in those areas, probably up into areas around Gisborne and a little bit further afield, again linked to the sort of large earthquake that goes on for a long period of time, that's shaking, that's quite intense over a wide area. So we would expect that to occur in a Hikurangi subduction event, and if it was further south, we may expect that to occur in Wellington as well. We may observe some liquefaction similar to damage we saw in the Kaikoura earthquake. Similarly, if you think about the Alpine Fault, same sort of thing. We've had earthquakes in the past there from sort of the 60s back, where there's been observations of liquefaction that's occurred in some of those earthquakes. Those are quite a bit smaller in terms of magnitude, so more localized liquefaction observed. And so we would expect to see similar liquefaction occurring in an Alpine Fault event, again over a larger area. It's sort of an interesting question whether we might see something like the liquefaction that's occurring in Christchurch, but of course the more intense the shaking is, so closer to the fault, the more likely we would get some soils that might be susceptible to liquefy. And there's a lot of work going on, so all the different councils and regional authorities are doing mapping to understand where is the more susceptible soils, and then based on that can inform sort of current and future planning around investments or assessments for what we have there and what might be built there in the future. So yes, we would expect to observe liquefaction in those